Welcome to today's live stream. It's May 23rd, 2025, and just so you guys know, it's not live, but we are live in the chat. Emma graduated last night and her party is today, so I am currently preparing for all the festivities for the family. So I just wanted to let you know what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be showing you all of the upcoming Moda. I'm going to show you an upcoming Lori Halt, and I have a lot of surprises and sew along information for you. It's a lot of details, so I'm going to try to go slow. And if I'm looking like I'm reading a script, I am, because I don't want to make any mistakes. So at long last, you guys have been asking for Socialites to come back. So let me explain to everyone who doesn't know what Socialites is. Socialites started a couple, maybe 5 years ago, where we gave you free block patterns for 3-inch, 6-inch, and 9-inch, and then a finishing pattern. So we had Socialites 1, Socialites 2, and now we're going to do Socialites 3. So if you've joined us, you know how fun and inspiring the quilt along is, and we can't wait to show you what we have in store for you. We've been working on it a really long time. We're going to be dropping hints throughout the live stream, and then at the very end, I'm going to give you some more information. So it kind of, if I show it to you now, I think you're going to get confused. So if I explain it as we go, I think it'll make more sense. And I'll be able to show you, basically I'm going to talk about the different pre-cuts you can use for it. And you can either buy pre-cuts that are in stock now, or you can reserve them and all of that. But let me show you what's coming up. I'm going to be going through the Moda Spring 2025 catalog. This is Lisa Bonjean of Primitive Gatherings. And I'm going to be going through what Fat Quarter Shop purchased and all of the information about what will be coming in the fall. Well, no, in early 2026. So if you look, you can download this actually for free on Moda's website, and the delivery dates are all right here. So they vary from November, December, and January. So I guess it is the end of fall, beginning of 2026. So if you want to know a little bit about Primitive Gatherings, she has a retreat center. She's in Wisconsin. This has a lot of information about her company and how she has successfully built her quilt shop. And I've never been there, but I heard it's amazing. Her collection this time is called American Gatherings 3. We are pre-selling all of the pre-cuts for this collection, so you could pre-buy that. There is a panel that I'm going to show you. It is 36 by 44, and there are 3 108-inch quilt backs, and then there is a collector 10. And these are actually, I don't think they're 10s. They're actually, we're calling them bins, B-I-N. They still say 10, but we think they're going to be collector's bins. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in a second, but I'm going to show you the fabrics. This ships in December of 2025. We will sell a full bolt of this SKU right here, which is 49324-21, and it is basically this print right here, but white on white, so it's stars. So you have your white colors, you have your navy and white, your red and white, your red, and your navy. So you could just do a quilt if you wanted with only blues and take all of the red out if you wanted to, and that's how you could do that. Or you could do a red and white quilt and take anything blue out. Or you could just mix it all up. So it gives you a lot of options. You know, a lot of you guys really love the red and white two-tone quilts. And again, it's called American Gatherings 3. And the 108s are really beautiful. They're right here. So they're that star print. in white, red, and navy. And then the panel is ginormous. I don't think she's done a panel like this before. Kevin and I were looking at it, and we don't think that she has. And I'm going to show you some of her patterns she's using with the panel. So it's 36 inches this way. It's got the American flag. Okay, so I'm going to leave that. Oh, no, go ahead, take it. So I'm going to show you her patterns here, and then I'm going to show you some pop-up. So she's going to have a new book, and it doesn't say the name of it. It just says the SKU number. So these are all going to be in her book. Maybe it's called American Gatherings 3, and you can see she's used that panel in some of the quilts. This will be the quilt kit that I'm going to show you in a second. And then this is going to be a project sheet. So if you ever see a project sheet, you can either get those free on Moda's site, or you can buy them for a low price at a quilt shop. And the reason they're a low price is it's just the cost of the printing. So let me show you the quilts we have American Vintage Quilt Kit. So to me, this looks like it is just all square and a square blocks. And I don't know the size of it, but I know our square and a square paper might work for it. So that might be something you want to do. It is 46 by 62. If I was going to do a quilt like this, I'd probably do like one row a month and do it over like 5 years. It's and the pattern is by Primitive Gatherings. This is a Moda prepackaged kit. The next one is the American Gatherings 3 Collector's Bin. And so that's why I said we're calling them bins, because they come in these little plastic boxes. We still haven't gotten our first ones. So I still don't have all the details on it, but I do know that the finished size of this project is supposed to be 24 by 30 inches, and it should have a lot of stuff in the box. They're pretty, they're a high price, so I'm hoping they come out really good. The second collection to show you today is called Collections for a Cause Essence. It is by Howard Marcus. It is pre-sold at Fat Quarter Shop, and it has a November delivery. It's really pretty, and it's the purples and greens that a lot of you really love. It has a beautiful paisley and some really nice florals that are a nice size. Here are some of the patterns. So I think when I was looking at this, this is kind of like a beige that has a tint of yellow in it. And it reminds me of some older fabrics that Moda had, 20 years ago with this kind of antique color. So it's got the purple, and you can see that paisley, and this is really pretty. It's like a little mistletoe. You've got lavender, dark purple, a lighter green, well, I guess a medium green, and then a brown. And then these right here, these are, they're basically putting in some solids in this collection. They're not going to be basics. They're just going to be part of the group, and there's just a couple of the colors. So there's like the cream, the green, the two purples, and the brown. For this one, there is a Moda quilt kit. It is called, no, this is not a Moda kit. Is this a video kit? Yes. Yeah, this is a video kit. So this is called Garden Lattice Quilt Kit, and it is going to be 65 by 65. It is using a quilting life pattern called Al Fresco. And so basically we are recoloring, we're basically mixing collections with designers' patterns just to show you what you can do differently with different fabrics and how to use, patterns you might already have. The next collection I love, it is called Lighter Rose. It is by Bunny Hill Designs, and it is a January ship date. Now this one is really pretty. So you might see something about this in the future about socialites. Maybe somebody you know, maybe somebody in this room might be using it. It's so pretty. It's just beautiful. It has so many nice colors. And this is going to be a pre-boxed kit by Moda that I'm going to show you in a little bit. It's called Sunshine Lane. There are going to be 5 additional patterns by Ann Sutton of Bunny Hill Designs, and we will also have a Jolly Barb. So you're going to see this fabric quite a lot. It is so, so pretty. So this one is, I'll show you what it is in a second when there's another one like it, but this one is just so pretty. And my favorite print of the entire group is right here, this yellow. I love that. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to put on the back of my quilt that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. So you have the aquas, two different pinks, and this white on white is basically this print right here. So it's a little busy. And then there are some brown accents, which when you look at them alone, they look brown, but when you look at them together, they just add that extra touch. But really pretty florals, a really nice scale, especially for what I'm going to be doing with Socialites. When you're working with Socialites, you'll need to look at the size of the block because you don't want to pick, if you're making the 3-inch blocks, you don't want something with a really big scale. So we have 2 quilt kits with this collection. The first one is the Lullaby quilt. This is a Jolly Bar pattern that will measure 46 by 85. It uses 1 Jolly Bar. So a Jolly Bar is a 5 by 10 inch pre-cut that's exclusive to Fat Quarter Shop. And inside every Jolly Bar you buy, there is a pattern. And this is the one that we designed for Lighter Rose. The next one is called Sunshine Lane, and that is designed by Bunny Hill Designs. It is a Moda pre-packaged kit, and it is pretty much applique, I think 100%. Really pretty, and gosh, I would love to have that quilt, but I would love to not make it. But just look at the colors, it's so nice. And it's 57 by 72. The next collection is called Blueprint. It's by Camille Ross Kelly, and it ships in December. And they've never shipped a major designers collection in December before. So that's a first for them. And this is a blue and white group with green accents. We're pre-selling this. These are the quilt patterns. These are all by Camille Ross Kelly. And then this is going to be the kit that Moda kits up for you guys. And I will show you that in a second. But all of these patterns are online at Fat Quarter Shop as PDFs and paper patterns already. So you can already go ahead and get the patterns. Denise is going to be making this one. And I think she's going to make it in the exact fabric. Really pretty. I think this one's going to be a hit. There's a lot of really beautiful pictures of the quilts that are sewn on Camille's Instagram. This one we're going to be selling a full bolt of. It's a little tiny star. You can't see it, but it is a star. One thing I wanted to show you is this is a new print that I don't think Camille has done before. So I thought that was really cute. I don't know that she's done the star either, but these florals are really, really beautiful. So she has basically three different blues. So you've got three different blues, and then some of them have green. If you didn't want to do green, you could take all of the green out and just do a 2-tone quilt, just like I showed you with American Gatherings 3 if you just wanted a 2-color quilt. We do already have in stock a Bella Solids coordinating half-yard bundle that is, those SKU numbers are picked. They're put in the catalog, and those are selected by the designer. So that bundle will have 5 half yards in it. Now I'm going to show you the quilt kits. The first one is Got the Blues quilt kit. It uses a Jolly Bar. It's 62 inches square, super easy. The next one is the Hamptons quilt kit. This is an older It's So Emma pattern that we're going to be doing a video with. And it is 54 by 68. And I would say this one is probably intermediate to advanced. And then the next one is the one that I showed you earlier, the ginger jars. Sorry, that's like a tongue teaser. The pattern is one of the new patterns by Thimble Blossoms. It's 60 by 68 and it's a Moda prepackaged kit. And I think it's super cute. I love the designs, and I love how the green is just used for the stems and then the blue kind of stands alone. The next collection we purchased is Wild Honey by Layla Boutique, and this reminds me of a collection years ago that I think it was called Folktale. This one is also featured in Socialites, and I'll show you that in a little bit. This is an overview of the collection, and some of these, this one does have a 12-piece fat quarter bundle that we're putting together. We have a brand new book coming out in September, October called Fat Quarters by the Dozen. And any of the quilts that were made with collections in the book, we're putting together 12-piece bundles that you can use, and then you just add your background, borders, etc. We are going to sell a full bolt of this print right here. It's a B print. I'll show it to you in a second. These are all of Layla Boutique's patterns. They are all available online now, and I can actually show you this cross stitch. These are all online as PDF and patterns, like PDF and paper patterns. She mailed this cross stitch to us. Super cute. We're going to have more information on our live stream on how you can purchase and paint the frame. And if you look in the back, it's one of the frames that is built for a hoop to go into. And I'm going to show you the collection, and we have 2 kits from this collection. So here's the first color way, and this is that white on white, and so you can see it's honeycombs with bees. I think this is going to be really popular. Actually, this is the one we're offering as a full bolt, not this one. And then there's text. There's, I would consider this like a country blue. This is yellow with a hint of orange. To me, it's kind of like marmalade-y. And then I love the pinks, how there are 2 colors. So this is Wild Honey by Layla Boutique. It's so, so pretty. And I can tell you these magic dots just came back in stock. Not these exact ones, but the ones that Moda made previously, they had sold out and they just came back in stock. So that's exciting. And hopefully they'll keep this as a basic. Now I'm going to show you the 2 kits we're going to be offering. The first one is Fields of Honey. It's a Jolly Bar pattern, and it's 42 by 52. It uses 1 Jolly Bar. The next pattern is called Spring Fever. This is a Wendy Shepherd pattern. It's 68 inches square, and we are going to do a video with her pattern. And super cute. I just think it kind of takes a fall pattern and recolors it into something completely different that you might not have thought of. Rosie is the next collection. There are 3 108 inch. This is the collection overall. And again, Fig Tree Quilts, if you follow her on Instagram, she has beautiful photos and hints of things to come. This one, we do have an eyelet fat quarter bundle that will be online using the eyelets on the side. And here are the SKUs overall. This is also going to be featured in Socialites, and we will have a 12-piece fat quarter bundle to go with our Fat Quarters by the Dozen book. These are the patterns by Fig Tree. These will not come in until later. This collection ships in January, so we would expect the patterns to come in December or January. There is a collector's tin. There is a Moda quilt kit. And I'm going to show you the collection. So she always has these beautiful florals. And this collection has quite a bit of colors in it. So you'll notice that for all of the quilts we're featuring in Socialites, they have a lot of colors because you really need a lot of colors. And just remember with Socialites, you can also just use your stash. Now this one, you could do just a red, white, and blue quilt if you wanted to. I might take that one out. But you could use this as an Americana group or just as a regular collection, especially with the pinks and greens. Here are the 3 108s. And the 108s from Moda, they're so nice, they're soft, they kind of feel like sheets. They do have a different feel than the 44-inch because they are made in a different country. So really, really pretty. I'm excited to see what you guys make with this. I just love these pink prints. I just think, you know, you could make a quilt with just that, and that would just be so pretty. There is 108 toweling. It's 16 inches wide. I don't know much about toweling, but I'll tell you what I know. So basically it comes on a bolt, and these, the parallel sides are stitched down, and then you just finish the one edge, and you can order it by the yard. So there's, they're all 16 inches. There are these border, kind of like a table runner type. These are a different, completely different feel than these. This is more of like a kitchen towel. It's got lots of holes in it. I'm trying to think of the word. Terry cloth. Very, you know, very see-through, very towels. You know, this would be more of a table runner feel. And then this one is a mix of both. This is woven, and this is kind of flat. So if you're wanting something woven, these would be what you would go with. This is the loosest, and then this is the tightest. This one is all printed. These are woven, and they're all 16 inches. For the quilts, we have 3 quilts. We first have the Rosie's Collector's Bin, and that quilt is going to measure 55 by 66, and of course that pattern is by Fig Tree. I'm not sure if that pattern will be available outside the tin, or we're just not sure yet on all of that. Then we have a 4 Rosie quilt kit. This one is packaged by Moda. It's 58 by 65, so it will come in a Moda box kit. And super cute. I've always wanted to make a flag quilt, and I haven't, so maybe it's time. And our last kit is called Tic Tac Petals. It's a Jolly Bar pattern that's 50 inches square, and it uses 1 Jolly Bar, and I think it's great because it uses, you know, it really uses the most of that Jolly Bar. And here's the toweling. The next collection is called Darling Peony. It's by Robin Pickens. It ships in November. We're pre-selling this. These are the collections. These 2, just look at them up close. They're double border running yardage, and I'll show them to you in a second. But looking at them here looks totally different than when you look at them on fabric. And it has her traditional florals with hearts and houses added in. These will be her patterns. There will be 5 patterns by Robin Pickens. Those come in closer to when the collection ships. And there will be 4 108-inch thatched backings. So this is just ginormous. But you'll see it has some creams, and at the bottom, these were the houses and hearts. These I would consider like a tan. So a lot of backgrounds, beautiful pinks. And then nice reds, and there's 2 shades of reds. So you have kind of your traditional and more of a burgundy. The double border running yardage, I'm going to show you now, and I'm going to show it to you this way so that they're not on top of each other. So this is that same print I showed you in the book right here. So you can see like right here is here, and it goes this way. So there is the white colorway, and then there's the pink colorway, and they just look so different because the pink has so many more colors, and the white is just more, you know, pink, red, and white, and this one has the green added. We will have one video quilt that will be a free shortcut pattern called Fat Quarter Clips, and I think it uses a great use of the fabric because it's it doesn't chop it up too much. Sometimes when you have those cute novelty prints, it's fun to like really show them off. That one is 45 by 56, and again, that group Darling Peony ships in November. Oh, and we don't have the 108s to show you, so you can just see them in the book. The next collection is called Kindness. It is by Deb Strain, and it's very soft pastels and just very, very, very soft. There are 2 panels I will show you. There are 4 patterns by Coach House Designs. This one ships in January. And so this is kind of like in between a cream and a peach. This is one of the solids that just comes in the group. There's lots of butterflies, flowers, and then there's some 2-tone prints. And so you can see how this one is just a little bit peachier than this one. And then I would consider this a very light mint color. So when I saw this collection and I thought about it, I think it's so pretty, but I also think it would work for a kid's nursery. It's just kind of soft, or like drapes, or I don't know, it just seems like it lends itself to way more than quilting to me because it looks very home deck to me. The panels are 24 inches wide. We'll try to do this where you're on the other side of the table. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay, yeah. So this is the white one. They have the exact same text. And then I'll show you the pink. No, the mint. I just made up a color. So yeah, so there. So same thing, it's just a light mint. We have one quilt kit. It's called the Riverside Quilt Kit, and it is an It's Sewema pattern, and it is 56 by 73. It's similar to the one that we did with Robin Pickens, just, you know, letting the fabric really speak for itself and not chopping it up too much. Sometimes I think we take quilts and we chop the fabric up so much that you lose, you know, all those pretty accents to it. The next collection I'm super excited about. It's called In the Garden. It is by Coriander Quilts, and there was a collection years back that was similar to this, and it was called Prairie. So if you have prairie in your stash, which I do, you could mix and match these. We will have a Bella Solid Fat Quarter bundle. We will have a 12-piece Fat Quarter by the dozen companion bundle. We will be selling a full bolt of, let me get it right, this one, the white on white. And her patterns, these will be her 5 patterns. They will come in stock probably October, November, and then she has a bin that's really cute. I really like this pattern. So here is the fabric, and this is the one that we are selling a bolt of. It is basically this print, but white on white. Now, I will say that this last collection that came in, there was a print like this that went, I have never seen a fabric sell so fast in my life. I mean, it was like sold out crazy so fast, and Kevin and I never figured out why. So if you guys want us to sell this as a bolt, let me know. I'm really not sure if it would sell. I feel like that other one sold for some reason that I haven't figured out yet. And again, this one would be great for socialites. We didn't color it in it, but it would be great in it because there's so many colors. And it's a bigger collection. Shipping in November. And so you can see it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really has 8 colors, so that's really nice. There are a lot of quilt kits to go with this. The first one is called the Breezy Quilt Kit, and this is I love this pattern. So this is going to be an Itsuema pattern that's 54 inches square. I think it's just super cute. The next one is our Jolly Bar pattern called Posy Patch. It is 43 inches square. It uses 1 Jolly Bar, and it's a mix of flowers and butterflies. And then the collector's bin is here. This is the Plentiful Stars pattern. It's 48 by 56. And I really like how she made that middle, or the middle border really fat. I think that looks really good. Okay, so now we're going to be moving to some collections that are a little bit smaller. Boho Haven by Fancy That Design House, Stephanie Slowinski. It's similar to her past collections, but a little bit more fallish. This is a January delivery. And it's navies with one kind of medium blue. So, you know, when I saw it, I thought fall, but it's not a fall collection. But it's just, to me, it's very home deck, and there's a lot of colors to it, to where you could make really nice pillowcases or things like that. The next collection is called Posh. It is by Basic Gray. Oh wait, these are the 2 patterns by Fancy That Design House. And those come in closer to the collection, so probably November, December. This is Posh by Basic Gray. It reminds me of Little Black Dress. So there were like Little Black Dress, and then I think there was even subsequent collections to Little Black Dress. And so it has some yellow and gold in it that weren't in the previous groups. And there are 4 patterns by Basic Gray. I think this one's super cute. And those come in closer to the collection date. So I'm not sure if any of you still have any of that Little Black Dress in your stash. I think this print is really nice because it looks like it's linen because it has texture in it, but it's not. And it's a smaller collection. And the Little Black Dress just didn't have this gold print in it, but it just was black and white with silver. And we will have a grunge half yard bundle for this. The next collection is called Solstice by Create Joy. This is a January delivery, and this is a watercolor collection with very big prints. And you guys have actually requested that we carry this designer. So if it sells well, we will keep selling it. And this will be a summertime border print, but it's basically just running yardage, but it is, you know, from the sky to the sea maybe. There are two 108-inch, and then I'm not sure if we purchased we did not buy the canvas or the rayon, so we just bought the 44-inch and the 108. And these are 5 different collections by Create Joy. So again, January delivery. So for this one, I feel like if I was making a quilt with it, I would have to just pick a couple of SKUs instead of mixing them all together to just let the fabric breathe. It's really pretty. So these are the 44-inch wide. This is 108, and so this is one, and this is the second. And then this is the border piece that I was talking about, but it's just running yardage. But if you want, you know, it wouldn't be in the fat quarter bundle or the pre-cuts because it's, you know, similar to ombre. I guess ombre with a design effect. The next collection is called Ballet Song. It's by Zen Chic. It's a November delivery, and it is like kind of like to me it reminds me of the 70s, and it has an orange vibe to it. I don't even know if they're oranges, but to me they were oranges, and Kevin was like, these are oranges, but like I wasn't sure what those were. And these will be the patterns by Zen Chic. This will be a quilt kit. That's 51 by 71. And so these, I feel like the colors here are a little bit more subtle. And these were the orange prints I was talking about. And then there are some new spotted prints. So any of the prints that come in here that are spotted, they will come with the collection. But I think that's going to be really popular. And then this is bright, like normal. And then here is her black. I did want to show you if you wanted to just do black and white, what that would look like. The quilt kit for this is called Love More, Worry Less. It is packaged by Moda, and that is applique. The next collection is by Stacy Itsu. It's called Animal Park. It's a January delivery, and I really think this is going to be popular because if you look at trends for baby nurseries, people are really going back to traditional animals, you know, realistic animals, and kind of that brownish neutral vibe. I might not be explaining that correctly. And there will be a Bella Solid bundle to accompany this. And these are some really cute patterns. Well, here's the panels first. These two panels are 1 yard wide. And this panel is 36 by 40. So it's, you know, 12 inches wider. And this makes the little animals. And then these are panels with the different animal names, A to Z. But these quilt patterns are so cute. I love them. And this is all wrapped up, and she has this one. This one's available now. She just recolored it. But I mean, this is just cute. I love it. I think it would be such a great baby gift. So you can see just the traditional animals, you know. They're not caricature-ish. They're just the traditional animals. And you guys can comment and let me know. I'm sure I described that completely wrong, but I just feel like this is very on trend with how people are decorating their nurseries and, you know, just decorating their houses for new babies. This one's super cute. Now the panels are ginormous, like I said. So this one makes, I'm gonna see if it has a name. This one makes the little animals. It doesn't say the names. Oh, baby bear. Oh, this is great for me. Baby bear, baby monkey, panda, and tiger. Okay, so now we know the animals. Jordan doesn't have to tell me. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is perfect right here. So, okay, so I get it now. Okay, bear, monkey, panda, tiger, and when you look at it, you make the big one and they have a little pocket for you to put the babies in. And you could either make one and use it double-sided or put a solid on one and then make two. And this one again is 36 by 60. And the next two panels are the 23 inches wide. Let's do this thing again. Now, I have not checked to make sure it has every letter A to Z. So you guys might want to check that. I do think this is pretty cute. This is on the side. And I think that would be really cute to make a border of something. Now, of course, if you were going to do that and not cut it up, you'd have to buy a bunch of yardage, but that would be really cute. And it's also on the other side, going the other way. And I mean, theoretically, if you buy this, you should be able to get A to Z on it, but I mean, I can't. That'd be really hard to promise that you'd get exactly the end of the A, if that makes sense. And then, so this is the cream and white, and then this is the colorful. You guys can let me know which one you think will be more popular. I think the cream and white will be more popular. And this also has that alphabet on the side. On the left, it's blue and green. And on the right, it's orange and light blue. So there's the difference. The next collection is a new designer for Moda. This is Lizzie House. This is her third collection. And this one is called Funny Valentine. There are handkerchiefs and zipper pulls. These are actually already in stock. Actually, the zipper pulls are in stock. The handkerchiefs are not. This is just a fun Valentine's group, and it's really cute. It's got mushrooms with faces, kitties, and strawberries with faces. This will be the panel that I'll show you in a second. It's 36 inches by 44. This is the handkerchiefs that come in a set of 4. And this is, these are maybe similar designs, but this is a different product than this. So it took me a while to figure that out. And then this is the collector's bin. So I think some of you might really like this collection. It's very fun. It does have her pearl bracelets in it. And then this is like the strawberry faces. And then the kitty cats. So it's like novelty, I guess. But these colors are just really cute. Little postage stamps. And then there's the red and then the maroon at the bottom. And Jordan's going to show you the Funny Valentine collector's bin. The project finishes at 24 by 36, and I'm not sure if that's applique. You know, since I haven't seen the pattern, I don't know much about the pattern. Here's the panel. And on the side, the panel has these hearts that go across, and then the designs. I'm going to measure the size of the squares so you can see. They're about 12 inches square. So those are the Moda groups. So I want you guys to now in the comments let me know which collections are your favorites. I loved Rosie, I loved Lida Rose, and I loved Blueprint. Let me see if I did really like In the Garden. So this is, and I also liked Rosie. So this is a collection. Oh, and I also liked that one, Wild Honey. So this is the last batch of fabrics that I'm going to be making some of my scrap quilts, the ones that I'm finishing up now. It's kind of the last batch of what I'm going to be making with those, and then you'll see I have some new scrap quilts coming. So that'll be exciting that I can actually wrap up those quilts for the last couple of years. I do think this is a really strong bucket. That's what Moda calls them, and I think that there's going to be a lot of nice fabric to shop with and to mix and match. So comment and let everybody know what your favorite is. I just told you mine, which is like basically half the catalog. So now I'm going to show you Ruby Star. This is Egg and Friends by Kimberly Kite. So these are like the little honey containers. I think these are cereals. This ships in January. By Kimberly Kite and Ruby Star Society. And then the next Ruby Star Society that we purchased is called Paper Cuts 2. It's by Rashida Coleman Hale. And this is definitely like a, I think it's a really cool color. It's not brown, it's not cream, it's not white, and I think this print is really nice. And then these are very, these three prints, this pink is pretty neon. This is actually hot pink. So that is Ruby Star. Now I have one more collection to show you. And this one's going to take a while. This is Lori's next collection, Lori Holt, Riley Blake. It's going to also ship in December. So like Camille's group is shipping in December. Lori's group is shipping in December. Primitive Gatherings is shipping in December. So this year, a lot of really good groups are going to be shipping in December, which hasn't really happened before. We are pre-selling a lot of this collection. I'm going to show you the fabric. Then we have a lot of quilt kits, and I'm going to show you all of it right now. So this right here on the cover is, we're going to scroll down and I'm going to read it. I'll find it in a second. Okay, so this is the collection. The collection's very big. So let me see how many. I think it's 50. I'll read you the quantity in a second. So this is the collection. I love this print right here. These are little chickens or hens, and I even love those. There's some bows, flowers, just really pretty. Now these are the backgrounds. So just like always at Fat Quarter Shop, we will have fat quarter bundles of the entire collection, half yard bundles of the entire collection. I'm looking at one thing on the website. Go back to the website and scroll down. Keep going. 1 yard bundles. We will also have 1 yard bundles. The 1 yard bundles are going to be put together by Riley Blake, and they're a mix of different colorways. This right here is going to be her 57-inch home decor fabric, and so you can see the repeat here. This is the actual size. Right now she has a lightweight denim fabric that is darker. It's called denim, and then this one is going to be called Stonewash. It is, when you touch it, to me it doesn't feel denim-y at all. It's just a little bit thicker than cotton. She will have 7 108-inch wide backings. And then I'm going to show you all the things through the board and then come back to Jordan's pop-up so I don't get confused. This is called the Hen House Quilt Kit. These So Simple shapes are exclusive to this quilt kit. So the only way to make this, to have this pattern and these So Simple shapes is to buy the Hen House Quilt Kit. It's packaged by Riley Blake. This is called the Sweet Strawberry Patch Runner. It is an exclusive pattern for the runner, quilt top, and binding. This is the Farm Fresh Sew Along quilt that I was showing you in the beginning. This uses the Farm Girl Vintage 1 and Farm Girl Vintage 2 book. And this is coming pre-packaged in a box from Riley Blake so that you can make this entire quilt. I will definitely be sewing this one, and there will be a sew along that is hosted by Lori. And so all the information will be on Lori and Riley Blake's blog. I will be sewing along, but she will be hosting it. She has some new sets of rulers, and the new sets include just some different sizes that aren't in the original size. The original set has 2.5 to 6.5. These are just a little bit different. There's 8 different rulers. She has new vintage trim. This will be her Farmer's Daughter binder, which is the same as this print right here. Those always sell really well. And these are existing items. She will have a quilted vest quilt pattern that is published by Riley Blake. She will have this free pattern, Farm to Table Runner, published by It's So Emma, completely free, but it shows how to use her economy paper in the 6-inch and the 12-inch size. The Vintage Milkmaid is going to be also a free pattern using her brand new paper, Milkmaid, Vintage Milkmaid paper, and that's going to be Vintage Milkmaid 12-inch and 6-inch blocks. And I'm going to be doing a lot of really fun stuff with this one. It's 72 by 84. This one I think is going to be the most popular. This is the Quilted Farm Girl. It is going to be a pattern published by It's So Emma, designed by Lori Halt, and we will of course have a sew along with it. Farmyard Friends is another pattern published by It's So Emma, designed by Lori Holt. We will have quilt kits for both of these, and we will have sew alongs with both of these. Paper strings. This one we won't have a kit, but I'm very excited about this. This one, Lori has some new paper strings quilt paper coming out, and so if you have the, I can't remember which book it came out in, but she had the Simply Strings where you just put together different strips. This one is actually a little bit more planned, so this one I will be making a quilt with, because you know I need another scrappy strings quilt, like I need a hole in my head. And it's going to be using the 7.5-inch trim it ruler and the denim vintage trim. Can I see the next board? And I'm going to go over all the quilt kits again in a second. I'll just kind of do a short. 2 quilt kits by Riley Blake, 108s. Quilt kit by Riley Blake, sew along by Lori Holt. These will not be quilt kits. These will be, do you think these are quilt kits?
Yes, they are.
They're quilt kits, but no sew-alongs. And these are also quilt kits. No quilt kit. Quilt seeds this time, these are rather big. These finish at, let's see, how dare I forget the size. I'm looking for the size on the pattern. They're pretty big. I don't see the pattern, I don't see the size on here right now. So 28 inches square, each of these. So the way that we're selling this is, these are patterns published by Riley Blake. You can buy the individual patterns, or you can buy the set of patterns. You can buy the individual kits. You can also buy the finishing kit. So there's just lots of options on this one. Now, and this reminds me of her second free sew along she did about probably 12 years ago using barn silos. I'm going to show you her new notions. So there's going to be a new color wheel. There's going to be, every year Riley Blake does a calendar for 2026. There's going to be a charm. These are going to be new patterns, new notions by Jennifer Bosworth of Shabby Fabrics. And then this is all Lori inside here. So there will be two 18-inch design boards, two 14-inch design boards, two 10-inch design boards, two 7-inch design boards, washi tape, scissor minder, two happy charms, puzzle, a mug. Then she's going to have these measuring tapes. We're going to sell them in a set of 4 so that you just get all 4. This is a hat. It is so cute. I happen to somehow get one early. Maybe because I'm friends with Lori. Maybe, yeah, I love it. I'm going to wear it. Kevin's like, you're going to wear that? I'm like, oh, I'm going to wear it everywhere. And then leather bracelets and leather flower charms. She has not done those before. She's going to have the vinyl zipper bag, a vinyl tote, and then this is the keeper that I was talking about earlier, the binder. Here are the 4 quilt seeds. Here is the paper string paper. This is, it says this iron-on paper helps you iron and cut 10-inch stackers at unique angles to reassemble the 7-inch scrappy string blocks. So it's not foundation paper, it's more like the butterfly paper. Now, I might try to do it as foundation paper. We'll see what I come up with. She's going to have a new pair of scissors in a new color. And she has, these are going to be her 2 vintage trim. One is rustic and one is sage. And they're going to be 12 yards for each pack. One is large and one is small for each color. These are the new rulers I talked about. This is going to be Happy Zippers 3. I can tell you that she still has Happy Zippers 1 and Happy Zippers 2, and those we sell hundreds a month. It's insane. These are the 3 new zipper colors. Those will be mixed with some older zipper colors in the Zipper 3. So that is Lori's group. Oh, there's more. These are available in February. And these go with a Riley Blake collection. That's a separate collection than Lori's, but I'll show it to you anyway. It's an Americana collection, super cute, lots of new notions with that. And I will have more information on all of the rest of Riley Blake in a future live stream. But now I'm going to move to Socialites so that I can just get into what all of you guys are wanting to know. So you guys, okay, so Jordan, you have to zoom in a little bit. So when we design Socialites, what we do is we designed this about a month ago. Now we are designing this with different designers, and they're free patterns. They're completely free patterns. So we have, I think, 28 different designers. How many blocks are there? Do you remember? I think it's 28 different designers. And so what we're doing with this is we're giving you a pre-cut guide so that if you want to make it, you know what pre-cut size you need. If you're going to make the 3-inch blocks, you need 1 layer cake. If you're going to make the 6-inch blocks, you need 28 fat eighths. If you're going to make the 9-inch blocks, you need 28 fat quarters. That is just the pre-cut for the blocks. That does not include the background, binding, all of that, because we have not written the pattern yet, but we wanted to give you at least advance notice. If you want to pre-order your pre-cuts from Fat Quarter Shop, you would get a layer cake, a fat eighth, or a fat quarter bundle, or you can just pull fabrics from your stash. Closer to the start of this, which will be starting in February 2026, closer to that, we will have all of the fabric requirements for the entire thing. This is the setting that we're going to be giving you for free. And basically you get the blocks each week and you get the finishing at the end. And I want to show you the 3 that we colored. We colored the 3-inch size in Wild Honey by Layla Boutique. We colored the 6-inch size in Lighter Rose. We colored the 9-inch size in Rosy by Fig Tree. I'm going to be sewing this one, the 6-inch. Pat is going to sew the 9-inch. And Gina Tell is going to sew the 3-inch. And in the fall, we will be sharing the full announcement with fabric requirements, all the dates, the tutorials, and more. But I just wanted to let you know, in case maybe you have a pre-cut already in your stash that you've been waiting to use. And we just colored these just for fun. You can sew this collection in this size. You can do anything you want, but we just wanted to give you a pre-cut guide. You can get this for free at Fat Quarter Shop. More details to come. And then the next one, the next sew along we have is called Up on the Rooftop Mystery Quilt Along. And we have done this as a free sew along for years and years, but we have gotten so many people who say, I want to make the quilt all up front. I want it all up front. I don't want to wait each week. So you can receive early access to the Up on the Rooftop PDF pattern by purchasing the full pattern up front. You can order that from now until June 30th. That will give you the fabric requirements early, giving you extra time to gather your materials. And on June 30th, we will email you the complete PDF so that you have it before everyone else. There's no waiting, no cliffhangers. You can just see the full design and you're ready to go. A link to the fabric requirements will be included in your order confirmation email so you can download it in your My Account at Fat Quarter Shop. Now, if you don't want to buy this up front, that's totally fine. This will be completely free pattern throughout the sew along. You just wait for each week. And that makes everybody happy. It makes all the people who want it up front happy, and it makes all the people who want it free happy. So that's kind of a great way to make everybody happy. And then our next announcement is for our 22nd birthday bash. We are bringing back something you've asked for. Starting in June, we are going to have one quilting live stream on our channel a week, one floss tube live stream on our cross stitch channel a week. We're going to have trunk shows, tutorials, new fabric collections, Q&As, and we are going to have some amazing sales that Kevin, Denise, and Matt have come up with. So you're going to want to mark your calendar for June 2025 at Fat Quarter Shop. So that whole month, we're going to have some sales. We're going to have weekly live streams, and it's going to be super fun. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments. And of course, let me know what your favorite fabric collection is that you saw today. And I'll see you again soon.